Today we will discuss about Bell-Coleman cycle, also known as reverse Britten cycle, in short RBC. Bell-Coleman cycle be used in aircraft industries for refrigeration purpose because in this cycle we used air and the weight of the air per ton weight in all available refrigerant is minimum because our first purpose in the aircraft is to reduce weight. For this purpose, we used Britten cycle for gas turbine power plant and reverse Britten cycle for refrigeration purpose. Here I draw line diagram and also write the various name of the various component. I also draw PBTS diagram and also write the name of the various processes which is executed in the reverse Britten cycle. Before that, there are some standard assumption also known as here standard assumption in which we take some assumption. First assumption is that the Cp value remains constant throughout. Second part assumption is that we treated air as a ideal gas. Next one assumption is that expansion in the expander cylinder and the compression will isentropic, or we can say reversible adiabatic. There is no friction at all in the cycle because if the friction is available in cycle, then this process will not isentropic compression. For that we assume there is no friction or at all in the cycle. So these are some assumptions for the Bell-Coleman cycle. Here I draw component. First to 2 compressor, 2 to 3 cooler, that is a type of heat exchanger, 3 to 4 expansion cylinder. In this we use isentropic process, 4 to 1 refrigerator. These are various devices. 1 to 2 executed isentropic compression, which is takes place in the compressor. 1 to 2 in the compressor, from lower pressure to higher pressure, pressure increases from lower pressure to higher pressure or from pressure P1 to P2. 2 to 3 cooling takes place in the cooler, and that is constant pressure heat rejection process because we use cooler to reject heat to the atmosphere. Constant pressure heat rejection, this is constant pressure process, so pressure P2 and P3 will equal, so P2 is equal to P3 is equal to P higher. From lower pressure to higher pressure, compression takes place in the compressor and constant pressure heat rejection takes place in the cooler. So P2 is equal to P3 and this will equal to P higher. I also write P2 is equal to P3 is equal to P higher. And 3 to 4 isentropic expansion takes place in the expander, isentropic expansion, and pressure reduces from higher pressure to lower pressure and also reduces from pressure 0.3 to 0.4, and 4 is equal to P lower pressure. And the last one process is 4 to 1 constant pressure heat reject addition, which is takes place in the refrigerator. Refrigerator we install where we want desired effect. In aircraft we install it in cabin. 4 to 1 constant pressure heat addition process, so pressure 4 and pressure 1 will equal and this will equal to P lower. I also write P1 is equal to P4 is equal to P lower. So this is about PV cycle. In TS cycle 1 to 2 isentropic compression takes place. Entropy will remains constant during the cycle because compression is isentropic, that is reversible adiabatic. 2 to 3 constant pressure heat rejection process, so entropy will decrease because with heat entropy associated. 3 to 4 isentropic expansion takes place because expansion isentropic, so entropy will remains constant. And fourth process is 4 to 1 is constant pressure heat addition, which is takes place in the refrigerator. So this is about PVTS diagram and all the processes. So let we start for COP calculation. Here I write COP is equal to desired effect by burning wood. We get desired effect in the refrigerator and we supply work to the compressor and get work in the expander because here we are using air as a working fluid, and during the cycle there is no phase change takes place in the cycle, but air will remain air during the all processes in the cycle. So here we obtain desired amount of work in the expander. So here we used to prefer isentropic expansion process, but in vapor compression refrigeration cycle we used to prefer isenthalpic expansion, because here in the expander we handle liquid and the specific volume of the liquid will vary less as compared to specific volume of the saturated vapor. So here we used to prefer isenthalpic expansion, but here we are using isentropic expansion. So here I write COP is equal to desired effect by work input, and desired effect we are getting in the refrigerator. One more thing is that if we are using here as a working fluid, or we are using any cycle, vapor compression, vapor absorption cycle, power plant, that is Brayton cycle, reverse Brayton cycle, we used to prefer write desired effect, work input, heat supply, heat rejection in enthalpy term, because for the if we are using here as a working fluid, then enthalpy we can write in term of temperature, because enthalpy is directly proportional to temperature for a cycle. So we used to prefer everything right into the enthalpy. So we can write desired effect by work input in term of enthalpy. Desired effect we are getting H1 minus H4. Here I write. But work input we are supply work to the compressor and obtaining work in the expander. So I write H2 minus H1, H2 minus H1, H2 minus H1 minus we are obtaining work. But here I write work input. If I write work, then we have to write with sign. If I am writing work input, then work input means I am already specify that work input is negative. So for compressor I can write work input, and in expander we obtain work. So for expander I am writing with negative sign. So this is work input we are getting in the compressor and the expander. So if I rearrange this term and take common this H3 and this H1 I extend, then the term in the denominator will become H2 minus H1 will become H2 minus H3 minus H1 minus H4. If I take this numerator term into the denominator of the H2 minus H3, then it will become 1 upon H2 minus H3 by H1 minus H4, and H1 minus H4 by H1 minus H4. This will term get cancelled and we have 1, and this term will remain H2 minus H3 by H1 minus H4. And for ideal gas we can write enthalpy in term of temperature. So enthalpy for unit mass we can write H is equal to CPT, and the value of the Cp will remain constant throughout the cycle, because we are using here as a working fluid. So the value of the Cp will remain constant. So Cp at the denominator and the numerator get cancelled, and this term will become in term of temperature. So I write T2 minus T3 by T1 minus T4. Here I write, if I take common T2, then this term will become 1 minus H3 by H2 by H1. If I take common H1, then this term will become 1 minus T4 by T1, and this will minus 1. So we get COP in term of temperature. If we want to calculate COP in term of pressure ratio, then we can apply the formula of the adiabatic process, because we have using two processes which are adiabatic, that is isentropic compression and isentropic expansion. These processes are reversible adiabatic. So in two process we can apply the formula of the adiabatic process, that is 1 to 2 in the compressor and 3 to 4 in the expansion cylinder. Here I write process 1 to 2 and write the formula of the adiabatic process, that is T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 to the power gamma minus 1 upon gamma. And we know very well P2 is equal to P higher and P1 is equal to P lower. So P2 by P1 we can replace by P higher by P lower, and we know very well pressure ratio is equal to P higher by P lower. So this term we can replace by pressure ratio. This will our equation first. If we apply adiabatic formula in the process 3 to 4, then in process 3 to 4 T3 by T4 is equal to P3 by P4 to the power gamma minus 1 upon gamma, and we know very well P3 is equal to P higher and P4 is equal to P lower. So we can also write this term into the P higher by P lower ratio, and we know very well this is equal to pressure ratio. So these are our two equations. From these two equations we are getting one more result, and beautiful result, that is T2 by T1 is equal to T3 by T1, because T2 by T1 is equal to pressure ratio to the power gamma minus 1 upon gamma, and T3 by T4 is also equal to pressure ratio to the power gamma minus 1 upon gamma. So as we write in our thermodynamics, that is zeroth law of thermodynamics, according to this law, if two temperature of the equal, then the body temperature of the third volume will also equal. According this, and like that we can write this two term equal T2 by T1 is equal to T3 by T4. If we rearrange this T2 term by T4, then this ratio will become T4 by T1 is equal to T3 by T2, and this T4 by T1 and T3 by T2 is equal, that is we required, that is T3 by T2 and T4 by T1. This term will get cancelled, and the remaining term will 1 minus 1 upon T2 by T1 minus 1. So this is our COP in term of temperature ratio. If we want to write in term of pressure ratio, we can also write, because T2 by T1 is equal to pressure ratio to the power gamma minus 1 upon gamma. So we can also write in term of pressure ratio. We can also write in term of pressure ratio, P higher by P lower to the power gamma minus 1 upon gamma. So this is about Bell-Coleman cycle. In this lecture we discuss about COP calculation for the Bell-Coleman cycle, which is our practical working cycle. So this is about Bell-Coleman cycle. Thank you.